What is up? You are checking out the World of WWE podcast. I am your host, and I am joined by my co-host.
Oh, I thought he was going to go first. I guess I'll go first.
Dan, you always go
man,
first.
Dan. I thought
And
Carlos was going
first. Okay, start over, please.
This is live. We're doing this live. Start over.
All right, fine. Latino Heat Carlos. Do not post this, please.
See you later, man. It's already going up, man.
Listen. This is live, uncorked, and uncensored. We can't start it back, Carlos. We're live. But welcome to the World of WWE podcast. We know you have missed us. We have been gone for a couple weeks, but we are back, and tonight we are talking about WWE Monday Night Raw from October 11th, 2021. It was a decent show. I told both Carlos and Dan that I watched it the whole way through. I didn't record, fast forward. I just sat, took notes, and watched it, which I haven't done in a long time. And I did not hate it. I didn't love it, but it was good. It was good for what it was. But before we talk about Raw, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. You can find us under the World of WWE podcast. Dan, why should people hit the notification bell?
It's just so simple. I mean, the whole concept is just to give you notifications when we release new videos and everything. So, yeah, that's really it.
Yeah.
So it's a 1, 2. It's a 1, 2, 3 step.
Yep.
Exactly, guys. 1, 2, 3 step, and just hit the little. Looks like it's a little bell, and then you press all notifications, and you're all set to go on YouTube. Also, check us out on Spotify. Go ahead, Carlos.
And guys, don't skip the ads.
Don't do that, y'all.
Do not skip the ads.
Don't, please.
Skip the ad.
Thanks, Dan. We're not supposed to skip ads, Dan. They help us out at the podcast over here. Dan's like, well, I didn't know that. Anyway.
No, I knew that. I just never really cared for ads. So,
well, Dan,
I feel for the people, Anthony.
Well, you know what? The people here are great at supporting us, and when you listen to an ad, you're supporting us. That then we can create more content for you guys. And with all
so don't skip those ads, because if you do, we're gonna find you. And
I guess
we're gonna suplex you.
What are we gonna do, Carlos? You're the one who started this.
But yes,
you guys with the F5.
The F5 by Carlos Latino Heat. But yes, listen to us on Spotify. You can subscribe to us on there. I was checking out the different services, streaming platforms that play our podcast, and you can find us on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and I also found that a lot of people are listening to us on other streaming platforms. So if that is you, thank you for checking us out. You can also find us on Anchor and so many other podcast hosting platforms. But yeah, so thank you for listening, and we'll drop our Instagram and Facebook information down below in the description so you can find us there as well. But let's dive right into Monday Night Raw. Raw was live in San Francisco, California, and we kicked off the night with Drew McIntyre, and we know that at Crown Jewel, which is Thursday, October 21st, the WWE Champion, Big E, will be defending his title against Drew McIntyre. So Drew comes down, and he says he's been waiting for a title shot, and this could
and hold on, before you finish, if after you talk about Drew and Big E, can I say what happened next?
What do you mean? Yeah. That's fine. So, that's cool. So he basically says that he's waiting for a title shot for a long time, and this could actually be his last WWE Championship title shot because he's going to be drafted to SmackDown the following night on Friday after Crown Jewel. After that, the WWE Champion Big E comes down, and he says that the train is leaving. We can stop on the train or stay on the tracks and get smoothed over by Big E, which was kind of weird because I was like, what is he talking about? But Drew McIntyre says that he will run through Big E and get his WWE Championship title back.
Honestly, you kind of know he isn't, considering the fact that he's going to SmackDown.
And we already have
SmackDown already
we already have our main champion on SmackDown. So.
Yeah, that was my point.
Carlos, this is your, and I'll say something to that point, Dan, in a minute. Carlos, you wanted to say this part next. So Drew says he's gonna get his title back, and then.
So yeah, then they stare each other down. Then the Usos surprisingly come down. That was like, this wasn't planned out. Like, oh, we didn't get in. Like, I like surprises, and like this was like, they usually announce these things lately. Like they usually say, oh, they're gonna be on Raw, but the Usos showed up. They say that since they rolled Roman Reigns, they can do whatever they want. So they in New York City, they come down and they challenge Big E and Drew to it. I mean, it wasn't really a challenge. Like they were, Big E and Drew kind of insisted it. They were like, Big E said it first, and then Drew was like, oh, you don't speak for me, and then the Usos challenged them to a tag team match.
Yeah, thank you, Carlos. I was surprised to see the Usos too because I was like, well, they're on SmackDown.
They were on Raw the other week, so.
Yeah, so maybe they're doing that. But to add to Dan's point, I don't know, you guys. I have a theory. I guess it's just a question, and this we'll talk about in more depth when we do our Crown Jewel prediction episode. But what if they just did it where, like, so Drew McIntyre goes to SmackDown as WWE champion. I doubt this would happen, but if it does, and they're just like, all right, we're going to do title unifications, and everybody on Raw and SmackDown can challenge for whatever title they want. Now, that would go against the whole point of the draft, right? Because certain titles.
Yeah, I was like, well, then what the fuck was the point of the draft?
That goes against the point of it. But I guess for me, it's hard for me to really enjoy the draft because it's not a consistent draft. They do stuff like this with the Usos and with other, Raw and SmackDown wrestlers where they'll show up on the show randomly. Or it'll be like, okay, it's the middle of the season, so that means that some wrestlers can remember when they were doing that weird thing where it was
like, you mean the wild card or whatever?
Like a wild card, then like every quarter, and then this, and then like I wish it was.
Well, I remember. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I remember when Vince McMahon was like, "Oh, I'll allow one wrestler per brand to go to the other for one night only, or whatever." You know what I mean? Yeah.
But I just feel like if it was the good thing about the draft in the beginning was it really helped create new wrestlers. If there was, in my opinion, if every wrestler back in 2002 was like look at the wrestlers that time. You have John Cena. We'll hold on for John Cena. Wait a minute. You have The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Chris Jericho. Just those guys just in general are just a marquee. If those guys weren't separated, I really don't think guys like John Cena, Edge, Randy Orton, they could have really found their footing. I think they would have been main event wrestlers, but I don't think WWE would have paid as much attention to them. When they initially did the draft, it was the shows were focused on those specific wrestlers, and it was really good. SmackDown was probably the better wrestling show at the time. I've been doing cheap plug. You could check out on our YouTube and Spotify page the greatest matches of 2000, 2001, and just added 2002. And watching some of those matches from 2002, a lot of them were on SmackDown, and stars like Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar.
Ooh,
A
he
lot of
said
those
the
guys-
Chris B word.
Yeah, listen, listen, Chris Benoit, as much as he did terrible things, and I don't like him as a person, I respect his art as a wrestler, and he put on some hell of a matches. So, I just wish that if they were going to do a draft, that they would stick to it, and they would actually try to make stars out of their talent. And we talked about Liv Morgan. Perfect example. Let her be the face of a division, you know? You don't need a big name. Well, I guess nowadays you do in WWE's idea. You don't need a big name like Charlotte Flair.
I mean, she is going to Raw now, so maybe she have.
Yeah, that was my point this entire time of why I hate Charlotte and why she's at the top of the roster. They only do it because she's a big name, because she's Ric Flair's daughter. That's the only reason she's at the fucking top of the roster. Now, they could use someone like Alexa Bliss, where technically, yes, she's a big name, but they made her a big name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she made herself a big name in NXT.
Go ahead,
Kind of, but then they don't continue that, which frustrates me to hell.
Yeah.
I don't think that Alexa was kind of more and more big name in NXT. I feel like she made her name for herself in SmackDown, because NXT she was just a manager, remember, for most of the time.
That's true.
Yeah.
She made her name for herself once she beat Becky on her first night.
That's true.
I feel like there are ways to make new stars.
And it was clean.
Think of like this, like not think of just some of these people. I know you're gonna be like, oh, they don't deserve it, but just imagine for a little bit. People like Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Shayna Baszler, all these people. Not that they're the greatest. I know a lot of people don't really like Zelina Vega, but even if they had a title run, I feel like they could do something. They could make it count.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be like a mid-card championship for the women's division.
Yeah, but then there's way too many titles, and then just like the women's title, it gets buried and no one cares about it anymore,
Kind of like how the 24/7 title happened.
I care about the women. I think the women's division is pretty good right now.
No, I love the women's division. I just don't know if anybody really cares about Rhea Ripley, Nikki Cross, and the women's tag title. There's no one for them to fight.
The tag titles, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say get rid of those and make a mid-card championship.
Yeah, kind of like also to be fair, the women's division doesn't really have many women tag teams. That maybe a while ago they did.
They all got released or drafted apart.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
why draft Tegan Knox to Raw and then shot you to SmackDown?
Sad too, guys, is Carlos. You made me think of something. You have all these people too that haven't even been on the show. Tony Storm, Tegan Knox, Shotzi.
Yeah.
But I mean, like more like they were on for like a week and then that was it. Like even them, they could be a part of the division. You don't need Charlotte Flair as the women's champion to make your show great. You can have
that's what I've been saying this entire time.
You can have Charlotte compete for, like Carlos said, like a mid-card title, or have her. No, but I see Charlotte, like, in my opinion, she's just that good. She's the top. I don't know. I believe she's a really good wrestler. She's just a dominant. But Carlos, she's a dominant woman. Think about it. How long can someone be on top? Look at this. Look at John Cena. How long's he been on top for True, but the thing is, WWE needed him to make money. They don't need Charlotte Flair to make money. Anybody can make money if they have a good story. Okay. How about Roman Reigns? How many years has Roman Reigns been on top?
Okay, yeah.
2015.
But to be fair, that entire time he was being booed as a baby face.
Or I'll go back in time. How about Hulk Hogan?
Again, he was also booed.
96, though.
I know, but it doesn't always have to be a face or a heel. In my opinion, Charlotte's just that she's built to be like the main talk of everything.
Okay, all right, fine, Carlos. All right, yes, she's a good wrestler, but if they changed her gimmick at least a little bit, what am I trying to say?
You mean like change up?
Yeah, like at least when Hulk Hogan was on top in WCW, at least his gimmick changed. At least like John Cena, people got sick of him because his gimmick never changed. Roman Reigns, he's on top now because his gimmick changed. They haven't done anything with Charlotte besides push her and keep the same damn gimmick. She doesn't need it.
She has been the queen since like she debuted, but I don't know. Still, I feel like she's just like. Or think about The Rock.
He was on top for years. People hated him. They wanted him to go back to his original gimmick because at least it's something different than what they've seen.
Listen,
but
I'm just saying.
2 comments really quick. I think there's that saying, or like they say with nature. You know, I was watching. I think it was something from like 2000. It was 2003. Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho, and the King Jerry Lawler made a comment where he said, just like on the Discovery Channel, you have that big lion. He's the king of the jungle. He's the man. And then you have that young, fresh lion that comes to challenge the main one. And like evolution, that young lion is going to take over. The problem.
And look at this. Look. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Carlos. Go ahead.
And like Charlotte's like not my favorite wrestler. You know, Sasha. She's my girl, but I'm not gonna be the one to shit on Charlotte. You know, Charlotte's. I feel like she's done a lot, and she's like, I don't like her, I don't dislike her, but I'm not gonna like, you know, be like, oh, she's like terrible or this that. She's a good wrestler. I think she's just.
I never used the word terrible. I never said she was a terrible competitor.
No, I know. I'm just
saying that they should start pushing people that actually could use the title better than she does. Like, she already won it like 11 times. She doesn't need to be like her father. Oh, let me win the world fucking title 16 goddamn times.
Like, look, she barely gets. Like, look. I'll say this. Even though I love Sasha, she takes a lot of time off. She goes and she comes. How many times off, or how many times has Charlotte gotten injured? Why? Also, I remember she wasn't even injured. She just had that, like, she had that surgery that she was doing, like, but she never really gets injured or, like, leaves like that.
But can I give you an honest opinion, though? This is going to sound crazy coming from me. And because I do like, but
but when's the last time Liv Morgan was injured? When's the last time?
I love Liv Morgan. I love Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss she has an injury here and there.
I think Sasha, in my opinion, is a better wrestler to watch in the ring than Charlotte because Sasha always tries to do new things and different things.
Charlotte, she likes to make people look good like that. Like, I'll give a good example. Like her matches with Carmella, she made Carmella look really good. Mm-hmm. And her matches with her at TLC and Royal Rumble, she made Carmella look really good.
But
all the matches that she had.
2 last comments, then we're going to move on. I do think that Charlotte Flair, if she was in a storyline, kind of like they did in 2019 with her and Trish, you know, like she doesn't need to be competing for the title to still be the top person. She could be taking on people. You know, there could be more than one storyline for the
bringing up new stars, pretty much.
Yeah, they could do like let's say they want to have let's say Sasha ends up becoming SmackDown Women's Champion, right? They could have Sasha as a women's champion, but then also have a storyline with Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. You know what I'm saying? Whoever they choose to do a storyline with, you don't have to just have the whole focus of the show be just on Sasha. You could do other people. But anyways.
One thing though I'm going to say, I feel like Charlotte in real life is really selfish.
Maybe.
Maybe she's just like, I don't think maybe she doesn't really bring up that she's the Ric Flair's daughter a lot. Like maybe that's not something throw around oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, because I feel like that she's a little selfish though. That is one thing.
I think the reason why she is the champion is because of all the reasons that you said, Carlos, that she doesn't really get injured. A lot of people, know her name. She's been, but I think that
look, she was the first person win the title when she first debuted. She beat a lot of people, and I was mad because I've been binging 2015 to now, and I saw that whole
the first one.
No, I know. Wait, what do you mean by before they came up from NXT or?
Yeah, because Paige, the first night she came out after
she got AJ. Yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about when the Force Swap and when Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte first debuted, who was the first one to win out of those 3? Charlotte.
Yeah.
But I was binging from 2015, and then
maybe we should just move on from this.
We've been talking.
Sasha was the first person to beat Nikki Bella 1-on-1 on a Raw. I watched a couple times. She beat Nikki Bella 1-on-1 with no help. She beat her, and then she didn't get a title shot all the way to I think WrestleMania, right? Was it the triple threat?
Yes.
Probably.
And then like I'm like, how the hell did Charlotte get the title? Like I feel like Sasha should have got it first. She's
What
the one who
brought
beat the
us
champion.
to this? Because we were talking about. It's my fault. We were talking about what would happen if they if those champions didn't drop the titles and they moved on. But let's talk about.
Jeez, Dan, look what you started.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about Drew McIntyre and Big E. I'll go to you, Dan, first. What did you think of the story of this, whole conversation they had, and then the Usos attacking them?
I mean, I didn't really understand why the Usos were even there. Like, all right, if they were drafted to Raw, okay, I'd understand that. But the fact that they had them on Raw, it made me feel like they don't have trust in the Raw competitors that they have now. So they had to bring over some superstars from SmackDown to kind of hype it up. Not hype it up, just kind of make it look a little better, But I mean, until we get into the match, I guess it was okay. I mean, again, I really think it was stupid that they had to bring the Usos over, but again, what are you gonna do? I guess
at the main event. We'll cover.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying though. I think it's stupid that they had to bring over people from SmackDown. Have some trust in people from Raw. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say I'm not the most excited for Drew McIntyre versus Big E. I'm not the most excited for that, but at least put some faith in that before having to have them go against other superstars.
Okay. Or I also hate that when they always do okay, we're fighting on the pay-per-view, so we're gonna team up with each other.
Yeah, I also hate that. That's stupid. Why? It's every time. It's not like, oh, all right, we'll do this once and then maybe another year or something we'll do it. No, they do it every fucking time.
Yeah. I'll give my quick point, and I'll throw it to Carlos for him to have a more in-depth thought on it. I'm actually excited for Drew versus Big E because it's something I haven't seen. We are always seeing Drew McIntyre versus Bill Goldberg, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. I'm tired of seeing that shit. I want to see something different, so I'm glad to see Big E versus Drew McIntyre. And I do have to agree with Dan on this about the Usos. I was glad to see them, but again, I was just like you kind of said, what was the need for having them there? I know the storyline is that we're Roman Reigns' bitches. We can do what we want, but I don't know.
It still wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns' bitches. Hold up.
Yeah, Roman Reigns' bitches.
Oh,
I mean, what else are they? It literally
they're his
says,
cousins. They're his bloodline cousins.
Well, on SmackDown,
SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Listen, on their little
They're the ones.
Their little graphic, it says led by the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, so, he's the Universal Champion. Hello.
Yeah, but I mean, it's almost like to say that they're led by him. It implies that they do whatever he says because
they're his bloodline cousins. That they're not his bitches.
I'm the leader.
All right, wait. Hold on. Let me say, yeah. So you're the leader, right?
In my class.
So what are we then?
No, in my classroom. I'm saying I'm the leader in my classroom.
I'm talking about the podcast. So you're the leader of this, right? So
no,
who are we?
We all bring something. I created, but that doesn't mean that
that doesn't make him the leader of it.
And you guys also don't attack argue with people I don't like, and you don't we would look out for each other, but I also think you guys would let me fight my own battle, right?
Yeah, I would.
I mean, listen, I would love for you. Listen, I would love for y'all to join me and kick ass with me. But I think that if you did whatever I asked of you, that would
then
help
technically,
out.
yes, we're Anthony's bitches.
Yeah. You're not, but if every single thing I was like, oh, I need this, oh, I need that, then yeah, I would. And if he's using them in the storyline, they're not.
Yeah, that's all he's doing. He's using them. He kind of uses Paul Heyman, but not really. I don't really.
Look at where he got them.
Yeah,
SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, because he uses
heels who are over with the crowd.
You are correct.
Over with the crowd. I'm sorry. What do you mean by over with the crowd,
Listen,
Carlos?
Roman
Have you seen the
Reigns.
pops? Have you seen the pops that the Usos been getting on
No,
whenever they
I
come
haven't
out?
seen any pops from them ever.
Yeah.
Well, at least back when they were like baby faces, besides that. But
Can I
no, I've
mention
never
something
seen a
about the
pop
Usos?
for them.
When I was watching the tag match today, I literally said to myself, and I kid you not, it's funny that we're talking about it. I said, damn, I've seen the Usos live like more than anybody else. Like every time I'm at a show, the Usos are there. SmackDown, they were there. Money in the Bank, they were there. Raw 2017, they were there. Raw 2014, they were there. SmackDown 2015, they were like every fucking like Usos. I like you guys, but Jesus fucking Christ, we get it. Like, how many times are we getting Uso? Like I really do like them, but like I haven't been into them since 2017.
You guys are haters.
I'm not gonna lie, like I really since that whole rap battle thing with the New Day, I have not given a fuck about the Usos. 100% honest. But
Anyways,
go ahead, Carlos.
moving on.
Sorry, go ahead, Carlos. Say your opinion, and then we'll talk about the next.
About the segment?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I was excited to see them. I was not expecting that. And yeah,
Yeah, it was really
pretty
not
cool.
much. Yeah. All right, up next we have the King of the Ring. It's the semifinal match, correct? Yes. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a semifinal match for the King of the Ring tournament, which the finals will take place at Crown Jewel, and we are seeing Ricochet taking on Xavier Woods with Kofi Kingston at ringside. This is a very good match. I like to see both men. They both kind of have similar wrestling styles, so it's good to see them go at it. Xavier Woods got the win after a flying elbow drop. And yeah, I just like there's a lot of high-flying moves from both men, and they both looked great. Carlos, what were your thoughts on the match and Xavier Woods advancing?
I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I was hoping I liked them both. I couldn't really choose who I wanted to win. You know, I'm a huge fan of them both, but I was happy that Xavier Woods is advancing and like going like that's like his dream. That's always he's always talking about it. Oh, I was King of the Ring.
I was wrong, you guys. This match was a quarterfinal match. So the semifinal is going to take place on Raw this Monday. So this is actually just a quarterfinal. So Xavier Woods will compete in the semifinal. Dan, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm glad that they're doing stuff with him, like, because in my opinion, look, this is gonna sound messed up, but I'm pretty sure people will agree with me on this. In my opinion, they made Xavier Woods look like the weakest out of the New Day. Like, they never really did much with him besides have him be tag champs with him and, like, blow his trumpet or whatever. I don't know. They never really did much with him. And now it kind of seems they're trying to do something with him, and I'm glad about that because I think Xavier Woods deserves to have more done with him. So, I mean, I'm happy he won.
I would love to see an Xavier Woods heel turn.
I would like to see that too.
Because he was like a really good heel. When he had that fucking trumpet and he would be like, that was annoying.
I loved it. The New Day were like great in 2015, 16.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So one thing, this doesn't have nothing to do with anything, but AEW is like moved to Saturdays for like temporarily. It's on now.
Okay. That's
but anyways, keep going.
Did you guys hear, speaking about AEW, this is really random, and this doesn't have to do with Raw, but it does have to do with WWE. So I guess on Twitter, I don't know who was first. I think it was AEW. They posted, or it might have been WWE. I don't know. But AEW posted something along the lines of, like, if we get this amount of likes, we'll keep having Bryan Danielson grow out his beard. And it was like, if this gets like 50,000 likes or whatever, right? And then supposedly WWE's Twitter posted, if this gets 25,000 likes, we'll have Sami Zayn grow out his hair. So I don't know, like they're doing some weird, petty things to compete against each other. But what do you guys think of that?
I'm trying to find the post.
It was
where?
It was on Facebook is where I saw it.
Okay.
But it's it was weird to see it. I don't know if it was real. It could have been like one of those like things that people posted like as a joke, but it looked real. Like, it supposedly came from the AEW Twitter account and WWE's Twitter account, but that's just kind of weird the way they're going head to head with each other, and it's interesting. But anyways, next up we're seeing Mustafa Ali and Mansoor taking on the reunited Hurt Business, which is Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. And the Hurt Business got the very fast win after Cedric Alexander hit Mustafa Ali with a Michinoku driver, which is, cool to see because they rarely ever do moves like that anymore. After the match, Mustafa Ali pushed Mansoor and yells, "I'm sick of this," and walks backstage. Carlos, what did you think of the match and the segment?
The match was okay. I was happy to see the Hurt Business back, like having matches, instead of sitting on the sideline. And yeah, I feel like the whole. I thought I did like the team of Mustafa Ali and Mansoor, but I don't know. I think Ali's better like alone, doing his own thing.
Okay, all right. How about you, Dan?
My opinion.
I truthfully didn't care.
Oh.
I mean, the reunited Hurt Business. I mean, I didn't care about the stable in the first place. I mean, again, it just seems like
I'm just happy to see Cedric back on TV. That's mainly why.
It just seems like a ripoff of like the Bloodline. It's really what it seems like to me. I don't care for it. It's stupid in my opinion.
The Hurt Business started first.
My question about
how? Because technically Bobby Lashley was like champion in like May. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns is with his cousins in like December.
No, like the Hurt Business started like in the PC era.
Yeah, didn't they?
They did, dude. They did. But so did Reigns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Roman didn't come back till August. They started with just it was Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin in the PC era. They started.
Well, Roman's been champion for a year, and Bobby Lashley was only champion this year when he was with the Hurt Business.
No, but remember, Roman left, and he wasn't a part of the Performance Center era. He was just coming back when they moved to the Thunderdome. Bobby Lashley,
well,
and
whatever.
MVP,
all right, fine. Then fine. What I'm saying though is they have too many groups with the world champion to protect them. And that's what he was doing, and now I think it's stupid that they're bringing it back. I thought it was stupid from the beginning.
Let me give you guys my honest opinion with this, and then we'll get to I'll just give you my opinion about Mustafa Ali. They're trying to compete with AEW because AEW is the land of factions.
Pro's like, fuck, shut up, man.
Here they go. AEW.
But the difference with AEW and WWE, they keep these groups long term. The Inner Circle has been around since they started in 2019. Nobody has left the group. Nobody has turned on each other. It's been consistent. The Hurt Business broke up 3 months ago, and now randomly they're all back together and happy. Weren't Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander kicking each other asses about like 2 months ago? What happened? They will kill these storylines by, I have a better idea, then the idea sucks even more than their initial sucky idea. And it just is a sucky idea after sucky idea and missed opportunities. AEW doesn't do that. They keep up the characters and they keep up with the storylines. WWE has someone who looks like has Alzheimer's writing for them. Every 5 minutes, they forget something. And we, the fans, keep track and know what's happening. So when you have the Hurt Business implode and then have them join together again without any explanation as to why, you're kind of feeling like, this is bullshit and corny. You know what I'm saying? Like if they even gave us a reason, like, maybe they realized that they couldn't compete without Bobby Lashley and needed to work with him, or Bobby Lashley realized that he needed help. There's literally just like, we're just back together and that's it. It's okay, Shelton, you could kick my ass. It's okay, Cedric, you could beat me up. It just made no sense. And also if they were like friends for a longer period of time, then you could understand. Like the New Day, they broke up when Big E left and then he comes back. Naturally, they're going to come back together because they were a group for a long time. These three were put together very randomly. But I also think we didn't have enough time to really care about them. You know, like it started in the PC era and then it broke up and it was just like, okay, let's forget about it. Now in November they're back together. Well, I mean October. But that's just my thought. I just think that they are a good team, like as like if they stuck together. But that's that. With the match, I thought it was good. I think they're just trying to build to Crown Jewel, and I'm not trying to say this to be offensive in any way because it's not offensive. But I think it's also to build up Mansoor, who will be in his hometown in Saudi Arabia, or his home country. So that's the only reason why they're doing this is for these two to fight in Saudi Arabia. So, but yeah. Next up, we have the Queen's Crown qualifying match. Dana Brooke taking on Shayna Baszler, and Shayna again gets the quick win after she kicks Dana Brooke's head. And that was it.
Did y'all forget Dana Brooke was even on WWE?
Well, friggin' Corey Graves has been going in on Dana Brooke lately. He basically said like she's never accomplished anything. Like really,
I did hear that. I know it's true. What do you want me to? The only thing I really remember. She's a 10-time women's champion. What do you? I'm not gonna lie. You know?
The only thing I really remember about Dana Brooke was when she was with Charlotte Flair in like 2016 after she
exactly.
That's the only thing I can remember.
Charlotte brings people up to people so they know.
Yeah, but then not really, because if she really did that, then people would have cared about Dana Brooke. They didn't care.
They cared about her at the time.
Not really. I didn't.
I didn't care about her.
People knew who they were.
Yeah,
I didn't. It was. I was watching her with Charlotte. I didn't know, and I didn't give a damn.
That's you guys.
I think that might have.
It's funny how you guys are always taking each other's sides. I need someone to be like. You guys need to hire a Sasha Banks fan and Roman Reigns fan. Like, you gotta, I swear, you guys really need to hire a Roman Reigns Sasha Banks fan.
I just said that Sasha Banks is a much better wrestler to watch.
No, you just said, oh, Dana match. You guys agree you guys like 75% of the time. You guys agree mostly on. You guys both. But I don't like Dana Brooke, but I'm not shitting on her either. I'm not gonna shit on her like you guys are.
I'll shit on Dana Brooke every day.
You guys pretty much basically what happened is you guys stepped in shit. She's the shit. You guys stepped in it. Walked in the house, wiped your shoes on the rug, and wiped your shitty shoes on the rug, which is actually gone.
Going?
And then your dog comes, pees on the shitty rug. That's what you guys did.
Carlos, what type of weird animal fantasy shit?
And then you guys just threw out the rug.
Who pissed in your Cheerios this morning, Carlos?
I'm just you guys sitting all over Dana Brooke.
Carlos, I think you made Dana Brooke very happy if she's listening because you are like her number one and only fan.
I'm not her number. Oh my god, I'm not. I don't like shitting on people.
No, you like shitting on Edge.
Only
you like shitting on
Edge.
You like shitting on Edge.
I can't stand. Yeah.
Anybody who's fighting Roman Reigns,
Grandpa Edge.
Anybody who's fighting Sasha Banks, anybody who's fighting freaking Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Whoever's fighting them, you will shit on.
Or Seth Rollins.
Or Seth Rollins.
Exactly. So anybody that have acknowledged Roman Reigns or Sasha Banks fans, we're accepting applications. Yeah,
that would be great.
Just hit up.
And then he just gets like 10,000 messages. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if a lot of people are gonna want to agree with that, Carlos, with Dana Brooke, but yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a fan of her, but I'm just saying that I knew who she was when she was with Charlotte.
I guess if you're a Dana Botch fan, Carlos watched
a Dana Botch fan. Well, I guess if you're a Dana Brooke fan, hit us up. Clearly, Carlos is friends with you.
People who are watching get what I'm saying. You guys don't understand.
Dana Brooke for women's champion. Please make it happen.
That's not what I'm saying. Never.
Carlos
Please don't let that happen.
Carlos
Never
is
let that
leading
happen.
the Dana Brooke for Women's Champion Club.
Never let that happen, please.
And then
Never.
No,
See,
we don't
now
need
you're
that.
shitting on her.
No,
And then
I'm
now
what
you're
happens if
shitting on
she's
her.
Sasha Banks?
Listen. You guys said, "Oh, I didn't know who she was when she was with Charlotte." I'm just saying that I knew who she was when she was with Charlotte. That's
Did
it.
you know that she was Dana Botch?
That's it. I know she was Miss Piggy.
Maybe.
Oh my god, that's so mean. And I didn't even say anything mean. You're talking about shitting on her.
I'm just saying that I knew who she was when she was with Charlotte.
Oh, all right. Well,
That Charlotte brings up people.
thank you for clearing that up, Carlos. So you are not a Dana Botch fan.
No, I never said I was. I'm just saying that I knew who she was.
Dana, I am very sorry. I misled you. Okay.
Dana Brooke needs to be released.
Up next, we have the Raw Women's. Oh my goodness, the Raw Tag Team Champion Riddle.
So you just called Riddle a woman.
I sure did. I thought the wrong hair.
He just called Riddle a woman.
Sorry, Riddle. He's taking on Omos with AJ Styles.
It's okay, bro.
It's okay, bro.
He's just probably too high to care.
Yeah.
I know. He really. I really think he just comes to work high. Hey, Randy. Riddle.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He should.
Hey, Randy. Wanna puff on my blunt?
I would. So Riddle comes down and he makes fun of Omos and he calls for Randy Orton to help him come down to the ringside area. And
Randy said, "I'm not." He said, "I'm not going down with you.
Yeah.
You go. This is on your own."
And basically during the match, AJ Styles tells Omos like what to do to Riddle, and Omos nails Riddle with a roundhouse kick and puts his foot on Riddle to win the match. And then after the match, Randy's music plays, and Omos and AJ Styles look around the ring, trying to make sure they could find him and he doesn't attack. But the Viper pulls up and nails AJ with an RKO from out of nowhere. And the Raw Tag Team Champions leave the ring. Well, at least Randy Orton does. Carlos, what did you think of the match and this segment? Because this is the last segment we're going to see between these two teams until Crown Jewel. Or actually, no, Monday will be.
Anthony, you done?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. So, I feel like they did Riddle wrong. I feel like the match should have been a little longer. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really feeling Omos anymore like I did before. He's kind of just like a boring, No one, thank God they didn't draft them to different brands. You know, they kept them together because Omos is not ready to be on anymore. At all.
Okay, so how are you feeling about their title match at Crown Jewel?
It's just a rematch, you know, nothing crazy.
Okay. So Carlos,
I feel like Riddle and Randy. I feel like, oh my God, I feel like Riddle and Randy haven't even defended their titles much at all.
No, not at all.
Well, yeah, they only won it at SummerSlam, and there hasn't been a pay-per-view since.
And there's barely any team. I mean, Extreme Rules, and there's barely any team.
Oh yeah, they're right. There was Extreme Rules. I forgot about that one.
Didn't the Viking Raiders get drafted to SmackDown?
Our tribal chief here, of course, would know. He beat us at the SummerSlam.
Acknowledge me.
That's right. I did. See there? I acknowledge my tribal chief, Carlos.
I will never acknowledge the tribal chief.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, you know what? We're gonna have to smash you and send you to AEW.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Well, I mean, technically, I am with Champion, so I am already in AEW.
Oh, so this is going to be a beef between WWE and AEW, and I'm kind of in the middle. But well, I hope I win because I hope both of you will recognize me as the winner.
I'm sorry, what would we recognize you as?
I don't know. I have to think about it.
He's the rated R.
I don't know. We'll think about it. Dan, what did you think of the match and everything?
I mean, the match was okay. It's just like, in my opinion, I feel AJ Styles should just get out of the tag division, get rid of Omos, dump him, and just go for the world title again. Like he used to be. I don't know
why didn't they move AJ Styles to SmackDown?
Yeah, that would have been better if they moved him to SmackDown, but no, let's keep him on Raw.
Because I want to look at like the draft picks again. Because now I feel like Roman doesn't really have anybody knew that he could fight.
Well, he has Bobby Lashley, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he does have He has Sheamus. He has Drew. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Sorry, I take that back.
But like I said, I feel like A.S.H has to just dump Omos, get rid of him, go on his own again. He was great at it. Like when he was Intercontinental Champion, he was good at least. He doesn't really do anything for me in the tag division.
But Bobby Lashley's on roster.
I thought he went to SmackDown.
No, he's still on Raw.
Oh. All right,
I think I'm just waiting to see either Riddle or Orton turn on each other, and then be the end of their tag team, because I'd rather see them as opponents. Okay, moving on though, and then we're gonna take a quick break after this. Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, comes down to the ring, and we know he'll be taking on Goldberg in a no-holds-barred match at Crown Jewel, and talks about his match, and he calls Goldberg. He tells Goldberg that that Goldberg is a rabid dog who needs to be put down. Bobby Lashley will finally end Goldberg's career, and he tells Goldberg, "You can't kill the Almighty." Dan, what were your thoughts on the promo in the match? I know you probably don't care, but I will still ask you.
I don't care. It's just another rematch from like freaking SummerSlam, and who the fuck cares about Goldberg?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, just fucking, I don't care what you do. Just stop bringing him on TV. He's not a draw anymore. I mean, sure, back in 2016 when you want to get Brock, yeah, that was a draw, but he's not a draw anymore. No one gives a shit. No one wants to see him do this. I mean, I'm grateful he's not going after the title anymore, but Jesus Christ, get him off fucking TV. He's old.
Do you guys want to hear a fun fact that has to do kind of with this? The only reason why they're bringing him back is for Crown Jewel, and supposedly the Saudi Arabians, like the king, all those people, they thought that Daniel Bryan and somebody else or CM Punk were a part of WWE, and they got upset when they weren't. So, I mean, they're literally just bringing people just for names. You know, Goldberg has...
Do they even watch the freaking wrestling? Do they understand?
That's what I'm saying. No, they don't. And that's why I get mad, because they don't care about it. Literally, they were talking about how, it's hard in other countries because Americans are completely different than other people. So when they're watching and seeing stuff like that, they're like taken aback and surprised. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. Saudi Arabia is an amazing country. It's, very beautiful. There are a lot of traditions there and everything like that, but they're not well versed in American professional wrestling. And when you're gonna give people who don't know, it's like, for example, they never go to like WWE, I don't think has ever been in like a South Dakota or a North Dakota, they don't go to places where they know they're not going to get many fans. Now, they are going to have many fans in Saudi Arabia because, wrestling is wrestling, but I just feel like you're going to have a whole tournament that empowers women when the country like Saudi Arabia completely does not. So, but that's my take on why Goldberg's going to be there. I think he's just a name that they are just using because they don't have.
They think it'll bring in a draw when they're completely wrong because they don't watch it. They don't understand.
But the thing is, Dan, the thing with Goldberg is he's recognizable. They're going to know who Goldberg is. So they don't care if the match is going to be good or not. They just want to say, oh, I saw Goldberg. Oh, shit, Goldberg. They think people are going to think that's really cool. Now, for real wrestling fans, some might. They might say, oh, damn, I remember being little and seeing the Monday Night War, Stone Cold and Goldberg, and it's cool. But for people like us, I think we like the newer talent. So we do got to remember there are people out there that do look at him as a nostalgia act, and WWE loves doing that. Especially,
I understand that completely. It's just like, don't get me wrong, I like older talent. I love The Undertaker. I love guys like that. But like, jeez, at least watch the show to understand it.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you want to make money. I understand everyone wants to make money. But don't do it just because it's a name. At least bring in someone who's actually would bring in money.
And you also
Goldberg ain't gonna bring in shit.
Check out the fans. They don't really give much feedback to the wrestlers either during it. They're just pretty much silent. Like they're like it's very weird. But Carlos, and sorry, Dan, too. If you have anything else to add, you can. But if not, I'll move on to Carlos.
I don't know anything else.
Yeah, we're just talking about Lashley and Goldberg. Not really important. Go ahead, Carlos.
I didn't really pay much attention to this promo. I know Bobby Lashley came out, but I didn't really pay much attention to that part.
Yeah, I think he gave a good promo. Like I definitely.
Yeah, he did. He always does.
I want to see him like fight. It's gonna be a good match with the whole Sun situation. But
I just hope Bobby Lashley like fucks him up again.
And I will say to you guys, I actually didn't really mind his match with Bobby Lashley the last time they had one. So maybe they'll, with the, the fact that it's no hold barred, maybe they'll do more like weapons and who knows. But
did Goldberg actually get hurt with that knee injury, or was it like fake?
I think it was fake, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Probably.
he might have. He's old.
Yeah. They want to go call Goldberg the grandpa. Jesus Christ.
I think Goldberg's like really cringy with his promos. He's talking about you die. Like we're gonna kill the Almighty. Like
here's
what
a little plug.
So,
You might not be able to kill the Almighty, but you also might not be able to kill Michael Myers. The new Halloween Kills is out now on Peacock. Just a little plug there. I'm watching that tonight. I just finished watching the.
Why you gotta give them free advertisement, huh?
Because I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see if Michael Myers is going to live on. Just like I'm excited to see if...
Oh, come on. We all know he lives. It's fucking Michael Myers.
Well, we'll have to see.
I just want to let you guys know. Are any of you guys going to Fright Fest?
For what?
That's like something in Six Flags that they're doing like for Halloween.
I've done it in the past.
Yeah.
I used to do it.
I'm going on Friday for the first time, like next week.
Halloween.
I'm excited.
Well, I mean,
I heard that they have people like running around with chainsaws. I want to see what happens, but just like if I just like
Carlos, they have like people who are dressed up in character and they'll run around and shit. Like I
want to see what happens.
Carlos, they have people dragging around shovels, slamming it on the ground just to scare people. It's funny.
Yeah, and they'll they'll go on their rides with you too and shit.
I want to see what happens if I just don't even act scared. Like if they're running up on me, I'm just standing there like looking at them like, what are you gonna do?
Halloween.
It's also you can also go through like a horror maze kind of thing. They do a really good job of it.
It's at Six Flags, though, right? Just a great adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I went there like years and years. It was always fun to me.
Speaking of Halloween, we will be dropping our greatest Halloween Havoc matches tomorrow. That will be Monday. So check that out. Not Monday. Sorry, that will be Sunday. But what day?
Listen, you didn't tell me about this.
Well,
yeah.
We always talk about this, guys, where we have this little thing where I surprise you guys with something. It was something that I just wanted to get it done quick. It's Halloween Havoc. You could check it out when I.
But we're a team. Communication is key.
Yes. Well, I thought I was the head of the table, Carlos. Wasn't I the leader?
I'm the tribal chief. What do you mean?
Oh, okay, that changed. Okay. Well, just check it out if you want to watch it, everybody. It's coming out tomorrow. It's just my list of the greatest Halloween Havoc matches of all time. It's not long. It's pretty quick. Just watch it if you want. You should. Sorry, guys. It really wasn't.
He's doing stuff behind our back now.
Sorry. I will. The next thing we'll do. Listen, I'll hold off on another cheap plug. I'm doing the greatest matches of 2003. I will send you.
Oh my God, that too?
I will. No, that hasn't come out yet. I will send you guys the match list, and we'll talk off here, but I will send you the match list with that. Anyways, back to Raw. So up next, we're seeing Jeff Hardy taking on Austin Theory. During the match, the 24/7 champion Reggie ran down and basically ran away from the crowd of challengers. Austin Theory gets distracted by R-Truth, and Jeff nails a swanton, but misses, allowing Austin Theory to roll up Jeff Hardy while holding Jeff's tights. Now, this was Jeff Hardy's send-off because he will not will really at Monday will be, but he will be going to SmackDown. Austin Theory obviously drafted to Raw. Carlos, what did you think of, or whoever wants to go first, what did you think of the match?
I mean, I thought of it just as a bathroom break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same here. I'm just waiting to see what Jeff Hardy does on Smack.
Yeah.
I at first
Jeff Hardy turns heel on SmackDown. I'm just waiting for Jeff Hardy to do something. I hope they fucking do something good with him.
Something different before he decides to leave and go to AEW. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be right back after this quick break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Yes, definitely check us out on Anchor and wherever podcasts are streaming. We are back talking about Monday Night Raw from October 11th, 2021. Right now, we're going to be talking about the King of the Ring qualifying match. Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods taking on Jinder Mahal with Veer and Shanky. Jinder got the win after a coloss, so now we know next week on Raw. The semifinals will be Xavier Woods taking on Jinder Mahal, and on SmackDown.
Wow, who would have thought of that as a final?
Yeah, well, that's not the final. That's a semifinal, right?
Well, semifinal. I'm sorry.
And then the other semifinal is Sami Zayn and Finn Balor. So one of those four men will be the new king of.
Well,
I swear to God, if Jinder Mahal wins the freaking crown, I'm going to be so mad.
We didn't even talk about SmackDown yet. Why are you spoiling it for the people, Ant?
No, I didn't say who won. We already knew that.
You said we're gonna have Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor.
Yeah, because that's the semifinal. That match was already made.
Oh,
yeah. No. I didn't say who won.
Jeez, Carlos.
God.
Sorry.
I didn't say who won. I just said that match will be taking place. So Carlos, I'll go to you. What did you think of that match and Jinder Mahal advancing?
I would have preferred Kofi. I really want to see Kofi get the
Kofi
W.
made part
No,
two?
I didn't want to not get the W, but see Kofi versus Xavier. That's what I meant to say.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would have been interesting.
Could be interesting.
How about you, Dan? What do you think?
It was okay. I mean, was what it was, I don't really have a really fair opinion on it. Just it was a match.
Well, I'm going to give you an opinion that I don't know if a lot of people are going to really back. I have a feeling Jinder Mahal is going to win.
I don't want Jinder to win. I think that would be very stupid.
Well,
because Jinder Mahal was never good anyways. Why would you have someone like him?
They're in a Middle Eastern country. The freaking crown and the robe are not in my opinion, an English one. I feel like would be like a Middle Eastern style. So I feel like Jinder Mahal, they might.
But Jinder Mahal's not even from India.
Well, I know, but I mean, it's still a. Oh, I just saw what Carlos sent us. That's pretty funny.
It's Paul Heyman as Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns as Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Paul's face is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's Paul Reigns and Roman Heyman. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I just feel like, with it being Xavier Woods or Jinder Mahal, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if Woods does win, I don't know if he'll become King of the Ring because a lot of the fans want that. And usually, even though Triple H, Stephanie, Shane, and Vince all said they were going to give us what we wanted, that usually doesn't happen.
That didn't happen, even when they said, "Oh, yeah, well, you'll get what you want."
Yeah,
didn't fucking happen.
So
thanks for lying to us, WWE. Thank you for lying to us.
Yeah, they always do. Up next, we have a special tag match. The Boss, Sasha Banks, and the EST, Bianca Belair, taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion.
This part I feel like we're gonna spend hours talking about this, but okay, let's keep going.
My favorite, the Man Becky Lynch, and the Raw Women's Champion, the Queen Charlotte Flair, During the match, we saw both team members fight with each other, and then the match, they just brawled, and then the match was stopped. Adam Pearce runs down and restarts the match, and the match is then ruled a no contest, and after the match, Becky nails her finisher on Sasha Banks. I'll go with Dan first. Dan, what did you think of the match, and do you think it was necessary?
I thought it was like, why? All right, you're going to restart the match? Okay. But then it was ruled a no contest. I was like, wow. Okay, WWE. Okay. I mean, I guess it's kind of good that they had Becky kind of be on top and everything, but, like, still, come on. Really?
Yeah. I agree. Okay, how about you, Carlos?
So I have a lot to talk about in the match. So like I feel like I enjoyed like the part, like I knew that they weren't gonna like get along, you know. Like I kind of felt like this wasn't gonna end well. The match was so I like how like they all were like fighting each other. Like the little like shots that they were throwing at each other, like Bianca and Sasha wanted to start the match first. And then like I really enjoy when Sasha grabbed Bianca by the brain and just pulled her back. I thought that was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Like after all the times that Bianca's used the braid on someone, she finally gets some, you know.
Comeuppance.
Yeah. And then finally the match, I think the match did like end up happening for a little bit, right? They did team up for a little bit.
Yeah,
but then they
like
then
5 minutes.
Then how does Michael Cole say cooler heads prevail or something? What do you mean by that?
I love how you said Michael Cole. Who said that?
Not cooler heads prevail. I don't know, I don't know. I think cooler heads prevail means like they finally get along or something. I don't know what that means. I know he says that a lot.
It pretty means like people who like cooler heads prevail, or like people who like aren't like stressing or thinking, like they just like they have a clean head, like they're just going into it like, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I get what you're saying, that like, you know, they came out and restarted because they thought it'd be better if they worked as a team, and you know.
And then they end up fighting again. I forgot what happened. I forgot why they ended up fighting again. I think what happened was so Bianca throws Sasha off the top rope, and then and that's when like they started fighting again.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I thought it was a good match. But I feel
it should have been a fatal 4-way though.
Yeah, it should have been that, or it's just a way to plug Crown Jewel, the triple threat match.
It's always just a way to plug it. That's always what they do.
Yeah. So, I mean, there really wasn't any sort of storyline development there. I mean, definitely we do know that Becky Lynch was the last one standing, and she will be taking on Sasha Banks on SmackDown. So we'll see how that plays out. But, yeah, really nothing much here. It was good to see all 4 women. But next we have the Queen's Crowned quarterfinal match. Natalya taking on Doudrop. Doudrop got the win after her finisher. I'll go with Carlos. What are your thoughts on Doudrop advancing and defeating Natalya?
No comment.
All right.
Just no comment.
No comment.
Well, so, I mean, for me, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I'm glad they're doing something with Doudrop besides her bullshit with Eva Marie. But, like, at the same time, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Natalya is just, like, taking the brunt of a lot of shit. Like, she's not
she's been in the company for years, you know. Like, maybe
I know, but, like, when's the last time you saw her hold a women's title?
The tag team
besides the tag titles, I mean.
Wasn't it 2017, 2016, I think?
Yeah, around there. Yeah. Like, she hasn't
but she's not. She's been there for years, though. You know, like she can't. She can't like be like the main champion forever.
But to be honest,
I'm not saying she needs to be the main champion. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, give her something besides being like, oh, I've been a tag champion. I was a world champion like years ago.
Yeah,
I feel like she's just there. She's at this time right now, like the where she is. Like she's like more there to like make people look good, or like give younger women opportunities, or you know, like I really love what she did. I really love what she did with Liv Morgan at WrestleMania 36, I believe, when they had Liv Morgan beat her.
Like, All right, but why not do that with like Charlotte or something? Like, why you
Charlotte,
gotta
Charlotte just came in 2020 when 15. Natalya's been there since like, oh my god, the dinosaur days. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, like, come on, Charlotte's been on the top for years. When's the last time you saw Natty on the top? Give her a chance.
Natalya's
been there since like 2004, 2005. Like, she's a veteran.
Natalya is pretty much like the signed WWE famous jobber. You know,
she's so nice, by the way.
Oh, I bet she is.
Yeah,
she's like an amazing person. But like she held the title in 2010, and then she didn't hold it again until 2017. You know, it's like
I'll give you guys a little story before we keep going. When I went to SmackDown, and you were there. You weren't there, but you were there.
Yeah.
So when Natalya came in, she came in like in a really like not like a limo, but she came in like a regular car. Like she's walking like I was waiting like to see wrestlers going in, and we saw her go in. She's like, I'll be back. I'm gonna get my title and come back out. And she did exactly that. And then she came in alone. She didn't come with Tamina. Tamina and her were attacking at the time. She comes out and she spends almost like 30, 45 minutes literally outside with the crowd talking to us, taking pictures, letting us hold her title and all that. And then Tamina
held her title?
I didn't hold it because I was like too shy to even say anything to her. I was too shy. But like she was letting other people hold it. Like she was like literally, oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
like she was just like.
Fun fact, not to cut you off, and then we're gonna get right back into it. Remember the dude that let us take pictures with his title?
Yeah.
I found him, and we are friends on Facebook. He has met.
Really?
He has met a lot of wrestlers.
Probably not more than me.
Dude, he has. I know it sounds crazy to him, but he has. Like, he has met his page. Like, there's mad pictures of him with people. It's crazy.
Sure.
He's a diehard wrestling fan.
I'm telling you, he had like ones with like random wrestlers, one with like Lita, one with. I know you've met her. I know you have. But he's met her like multiple times. Like he just met her again. And what he does is he gives them like little wristbands, like wrist bracelets that say like their page is wrestling is everything, and they take pictures with it. So very cool. But yeah. Natty seems cool. I just feel like she doesn't really matter, but you know. Anyways,
I mean, she does matter a lot, but it's just like she's been there for years. Like now she's just like just there. And like she is how did she say?
I'd say the most recent awesome thing that she's done was the fact that she was one of the she had the women's match in Saudi Arabia.
All right,
Lacey Evans, correct?
I think it was with Tamina, actually.
Yeah,
it was Lacey Evans, wasn't it?
It was Lacey Evans. It was Lacey Evans versus.
Oh, it was Lacey Evans. Oh, yeah. I thought it was Tamina or something.
Congratulations to Lacey Evans. Yeah, just had her baby.
Just gave birth. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. So then we go backstage and we see Mustafa Ali attacks. Mustafa Ali attacks.
It's pretty late.
I know it is. Get talked. Mansoor backstage, which leading up to their match at Crown Jewel. We kind of already talked about them. So let's get to our main event. The WWE Champion Big E teaming up with Drew McIntyre against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. Big E hits a big ending, and then I think they won, right? Or during the match, I don't know if they won or whatever, but Drew and Big E start to attack each other. Drew is busted open pretty badly and has a big gash on his head. The Usos hit a plancha on E and Drew McIntyre, but then Drew and E take advantage of the Usos, and Drew then nails Big E with a Claymore and has the advantage going into Crown Jewel on this night. Let me go to...
On this night, exactly.
Yes. So let me go to you, Dan, first. What are your takes on the main event?
Again, I didn't really care. Like, I didn't think of it as a main event. I just thought of it as like oh, we need something for a main event. We'll just put this on. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
Yeah. All right. How about you, Carlos?
I feel like the mini event was okay. It was like pretty much like a lot of like a little messy. I feel a little bit like it was like a little bit of everywhere. But I was just like glad to see the Usos on Raw, like, you know. And yeah, I only yeah. Something like big that I found out like that I thought was cool was like when Drew was like bleeding. That was a huge
That
knot,
was
by the way.
crazy.
Like,
That
wow.
gash was huge. Yeah, that was big.
Like I liked how he wiped it off on his chest. Like that was so badass. He wiped it off and wiped it off on his chest. Like it seems like he's gonna be more like a little bit more vicious now. So like the whole smiley, happy to be there, Drew. Like, yeah, I was WWE champion for like for a couple months and I want to have that moment back with the crowd.
We'll see. We will see. So
And I
before we
don't think
wrap
it's gonna
up,
happen anytime soon.
yeah, I think he's gonna keep being like a. Maybe he'll turn on SmackDown.
I'm hearing that he might like be the one to be pro Roman at WrestleMania because The Rock seems like he might not be coming back till next year.
We could
Who
see
knows?
that. Let's go over our favorite moments from Raw. I'll go to you, Carlos. What was your favorite moment from Raw?
The beginning when the Usos came out and interrupted Big Andrew.
All right, the surprise Usos appearance. How about you, Dan? Your favorite moment from Raw?
Didn't really have one, but I guess if I had to pick one, I guess when Xavier Woods won.
Xavier Woods. For me, my favorite moment was seeing the gash on Drew McIntyre's head because he got fucked up. It was bad. But
that was nasty. It looked really nasty.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening to our Monday Night Raw October 11th recap. It was a crazy Raw getting us set up for Crown Jewel. We'll be dropping our Crown Jewel prediction episode on Tuesday. Check out our Halloween Havoc greatest matches of all time coming out. And we also have a lot of new stuff coming, so just be prepared for that. And thank you guys for checking us out. We will see y'all soon. Bye.
See you guys. Remember, we the ones.
Bye.
The ones.